will you serve the world? What do they need that your talent can provide? That's all you have to figure out. You can spend your whole life imagining ghosts, worrying about the pathway to the future, but all there will ever be is what's happening here.
We just need to figure out how to restructure society so everybody somehow or another plays a part, has something to contribute, has something to share. So society gets wrapped around becoming a part of a machine. Society, instead of becoming a bunch of individuals that are expressing themselves in unique ways, and everybody sort of borrows and shares and sells this and you sell that, and we all sort of figure out how we can contribute in a society, we got sidetracked and diverted into these boxes that they call companies and corporations, and we got stuck into these containers that they call cubicles or offices, and we got forced into this system. So our time, instead of it being invested or doing something where you have a passion or you have some sort of a connection to, instead of that, you've sold your life to sit in a box and work for a machine, an uncaring machine that demands productivity. It doesn't understand you, it doesn't want to understand you. No natural behavior. Everybody's wearing clothes they don't want to wear. Everybody's showing up and doing something they don't want to do. They have no connection to. That's the problem with our society. And then what's the reward for all this stuff? Go home, get a big TV. Go home, you're gonna get a shiny belt buckle. You're gonna get a nice purse. You're gonna wear shoes that you couldn't afford last week. You're gonna get that dream car. And every week we're chasing down this new object. And every week we're trying to fill this hole in this sad shadow of a life that we've been left with after work. That you work 8 to whatever hours a day plus commuting, and then you're like this. And that's your life. All that other stuff is not your life anymore. All that other stuff is work. And most of us have committed to that. But for the people that are in it, a lot of times they don't even understand it's a trap. They just think it's a good job. I'm doing really good. And you're just a piece of a heartless, shitty machine that makes money.
Everything you gain in life will rot and fall apart, and all that will be left of you is what was in your heart. And that peace that we're after lies somewhere beyond personality, beyond the perception of others, beyond invention and disguise, even beyond effort itself. Your need for acceptance can make you invisible in this world. Don't let anything stand in the way of the light that shines through this form. Risk being seen.
In a culture of so many compromised values and so much cynicism, a culture that all too often knows the price of everything and the value of nothing, and yet there remains a very real and mysterious yearning deep within every human heart that compels us to reach outside of ourselves and help others for our own sake. Whether we choose to acknowledge it or not, we are all responsible for each other and the world, which is exactly the way it is, because consciously or unconsciously we have made it so. And while none of us made any of the rules that govern the universe, we do make all the rules that govern our own hearts. And we're not asked to do great things, we're asked to do all things with great care. And it can lead to the very first small conscious acts of personal courage, which can bring rejection from the crowd and satisfaction from the heart. But this yearning can also be very costly as well. If it were not so, we'd be left to question its value. And this above all, one heart with courage is a majority. My fondest wish is that you will find something in your life worth fighting for, because when you do, you will have discovered a way to unite the will of the Spirit to the work of the flesh, and all of humanity will have discovered fire for the second time.
You are ready and able to do beautiful things in this world. Your job is not to figure out how it's going to happen for you, but to open the door in your head. And when the door opens in real life, just walk through it.